Hey guys, it's Spencer here, and today I'm bringing you my very first knife review video on probably my favorite knife, the Strider SnG. Before we get into that, I'll just show you guys my EDC for today. Well, of course, the Strider. I have this Schrade Old Timer, which honestly is one of the best knives you can buy for the price, in my opinion. It's a cool little blade. Got my little flashlight. Here's my wallet with my picture of me and my sister in it, just for a little cash, and watch and paracord that my dad actually brought home for me from Afghanistan, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, so I know this knife has probably been reviewed thousands of times just because it's not really a new knife, but since it's my favorite knife in my collection, I kind of felt like I had to start off with this. So yeah, it's just a basic Strider SnG. Has the green G10 show side. It's a frame lock, titanium frame lock, well, half titanium frame lock, and it has CPM S30V blade steel. I've owned this knife for probably, 7 months now? I got it for my birthday, which, if you saw me on my birthday when I got this thing, you would have been like, what is wrong with that kid? I was excited. I've owned this knife for 7 months now. It's still amazingly sharp. I've stropped it up a few times, but honestly, it can still shave paper and everything. Still can actually shave arm hair and that kind of stuff. So there's only one bad thing. Well, two bad things about this knife. Well, for one, it's the lock stick. If you try to flick this knife open, whoops, sorry, hit the tripod. Did you hear that? It just is a pretty sticky lock, but honestly, it doesn't really bother me, just because, if anything, the stickiness holds the lock in a little hard, which is not the worst thing to have with your knife. It has and the other bad thing is the cutting edge, as you've definitely heard before. Since they give you this finger choil, which I personally love for my hands, it lets me choke up and get a good purchase on it if I'm like cutting something. But the amount of blade you get for handle ratio, of cutting edge actually that you get for handle, it's pretty small. So for size comparison, I have a Spyderco Gale Bradley, which the handle lengths, they're actually pretty close in the handle size, if you can see that. Yeah. But the thing is, since the Strider has a finger choil, let's see if I have to hold it like this because my hands are all weaved around a tripod. So let's see if I can do this a better way. So if you see where the Strider's actually cutting edge comes in to where the Gale Bradley's cutting edge begins, it has a ton of more room, which honestly, for what I'm using it for, I don't really need a super long blade anyways. And just for one more size comparison, whoops, hitting the tripod a lot, I have the Kershaw Blur, which is also a great knife. So you see the Strider has a slightly smaller handle. Nothing that is so drastic. But again, the cutting edge is just, compared to the Blur's cutting edge, it's nothing to be proud of. But again, it's a Strider, and you're paying for strength and rigidity. I know there's a lot of controversy on mixed strider, but honestly, I'm just in love with the knife design. I can look past that. I know some people don't like to, and hey, that's totally fine. The reason why this knife, honestly, in my opinion, is my favorite knife in my collection, for one, the way it just feels, it just fits in your hand. And yes, I have tiny hands, tiny little baby hands. If you were looking at me compared to someone like, well, anyone, they'd think from this camera that I'm holding an SnG, SMF, but no, it's a little SnG. But the reason why I like this knife so much is I've been in and out of hospitals for a long time this year, and they don't really let you do all that much besides lay in bed. So I found Mr. Jim Skelton, who has the coolest knife collection ever, and I saw a review on a full custom Strider made by Strider and Starlink Air, maybe? I don't know. But I fell in love with the design and I knew I had to have one. And so I saved up all year, but still I can't really work that much since I'm only 15 and the legal age to work is at least 16 in Virginia. So I gave my money to my dad and asked if he could help advance it towards this knife for my birthday, and he did, and it's probably the best knife out there. Super strong. It's actually pretty smooth. Everything's good except for that lock stick. I'm gonna try to middle finger flick it, but let's see. Yeah. Sound it makes. It's just a great knife all around. So yeah, I apologize if there are any technical difficulties happening through this video. It's my first knife review, and I'm just so excited to make these, and hopefully I'll make some more right after this. Okay, thanks guys for watching.